All right, everyone, let's talk about what's next. You've heard about the AI that's already changing everything, but the next great leap might be just around the corner. GPT-5. So let's dive into what's new, what's different, and most importantly, why it matters.
I want to start with a big question, kind of the whole point of this new step. What if an AI could do more than just spit back information? What if it could actually grasp context, nuance, and maybe even what you meant to say, not just what you typed? More like a person. That's really the promise of GPT-5.
So what is this thing really? Well, officially, GPT-5 is the next-gen language model from OpenAI. Think of its brain, its neural architecture, as being way more efficient and powerful. It's been trained on massive, more up-to-date datasets, which means it can understand and generate text with a level of precision and nuance that we just haven't seen before.
Okay, so to really get what makes GPT-5 such a potential game changer, we've got to put it side by side with its predecessor. How exactly is this new model pushing past the already impressive foundation of GPT-4?
Look, GPT-4 gave us some serious foundational power, no doubt. But GPT-5 is aiming for something else, a deeper kind of intelligence. This means it can juggle a bunch of complicated instructions all in one go. It can reason on a much more profound level. And it gets the subtle stuff, cultural references, linguistic quirks. So the big takeaway isn't just that it's more powerful, it's smarter in a way that feels a lot more refined.
Now, you've probably heard about one of the biggest headaches with AI. Hallucinations. That's when the model just confidently makes stuff up. GPT-5 is being built to tackle this head-on. With more intense training and internal fact-checking, the whole idea is to make it way more reliable and less likely to invent facts.
And then there's speed. We're talking ultra-low latency. That just means the lag time between you asking a question and the AI giving you a full answer is cut down dramatically. This makes it a total game changer for real-time interactive tools where even a tiny delay can ruin the whole experience.
So, we've covered the tech upgrades, but let's get to the fun part. How does all this translate into the real world? How are we actually going to use this deeper intelligence?
In the professional world, just imagine having a top-tier assistant on standby. It could help you draft complex reports, business plans, or even legal documents with much greater accuracy. And for data analysts, it could comb through enormous data sets and spot patterns a human might just miss. But it's not all business. For creative folks, it becomes an incredible partner for brainstorming script ideas or storylines. And for programmers, it's like having an expert coder sitting next to you, helping write and debug really complex pieces of code.
Now, this is a really big one. We're moving beyond just translating words. The goal for GPT-5 is to capture the feel of the original language, the tone, the style, the cultural context. This means you get translations that sound way more natural and authentic.
And that same deep reasoning makes it an unbelievable tool for engineers and technicians. It can troubleshoot really complex technical problems by analyzing all the different layers of information to figure out the best solution.
When you put all this together, you get an experience that just feels more natural, more intuitive. The model doesn't just follow a command, it understands really complex requests. It can keep track of a long, winding conversation, and this is the key part, it's getting much better at figuring out what you really mean, reading between the lines.
All these features, the speed, the accuracy, the nuance, they're all building toward one single really ambitious vision. So what's the end game here? Where is this relentless push for better and better AI actually headed?
The ultimate vision is pretty fascinating. The goal isn't really to replace human intelligence. It's to get as close as possible to human-like understanding, but with the rock-solid reliability that only an advanced AI can provide. It's about combining our grasp of nuance with a machine's consistency.
And that brings us to a final, really important question. As AI gets better and better at handling analysis and drafting and even brainstorming, what does that leave for us? What becomes the next frontier for our own human creativity? It's definitely something to think about.